Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Counsel Code, a podcast series from Volody. I'm 𝐬𝐭∫, VP of Sales at Volody, and your host for this podcast. At Volody, we are a leading legal tech software company that has been transforming the legal landscape since 2016. Our solution portfolio includes contract lifecycle management, litigation management, and insider trading compliance software, empowering the legal team with cutting-edge technology. This podcast is designed to bring a valuable insights to the legal community through conversations with the top legal experts. We'll explore their professional journey, key learnings, challenges, strategies, and their perspective, all to provide you with a deep understanding of the evolving legal world. After all, it's not about the law, but it's about the stories behind it. Let's get started. Today we have Amit Anand with us. Welcome, Amit, to the podcast.
Thank you, Milind. I'm great having me here, and I'm looking forward to this conversation.
Thank you. Let me share a quick introduction about Amit. Amit is a global lawyer with 16 plus years of industry experience in managing diverse teams, multi-jurisdictional matters, and delivering business enabling solutions. He's currently working as India Lead Legal Counsel, Vice President Legal with Commonwealth Bank Australia. In his past roles, he has worked with Wells Fargo, NTT Data, and EY as Global Legal Counsel, managing various jurisdictions including India, Philippines, China, Poland, Spain, Sri Lanka, Mexico, and Argentina. He is also certified privacy professional and corporate governance professional. Amit has a track record of sharing his insights through various articles and international forums. His expertise spans critical areas such as privacy and labor disputes. Amit's contribution to legislative and public policy development, both domestically and internationally, has been significant. Amit's works has not only influenced the policy decisions, but also fosters the growth in India's digital landscape. His continued involvement in international forums and legislative development solidifies his position as a thought leader in legal issues. Amit, thank you for joining us today. We are excited to have this conversation and can't wait to dive in.
Thank you, Milind. Even I'm looking forward to it.
Thank you. So, Amit, what inspired you to pursue a career in law?
Well, I would say I'm an accidental lawyer, and I have my own reasons for it. So, I was a science student, and of course, I would have ended up becoming an engineer most likely.
Yeah. Okay.
But then, during my plus 2 days, and I was actually terrified of physics, and I kept complaining about physics a lot. So during my plus 2 days, my dad gifted me a book on constitution, and I think that really changed my approach towards studies, because I felt that the book of constitution was so relevant, and I felt like I can be agent of change. I think that's where I started my journey as a lawyer, because that inspired me to take up law as a career. And I think I would have been a bad engineer if I would have become an engineer. So I think I'm doing good as a lawyer.
Interesting. Amit, your role has been evolved from a legal advisor to becoming a strategic business enabler within the global enterprises. Can you share a brief overview of your legal journey?
Yes, and I think it's not a very straight path which I had chosen, because I started my career as a attorney at law, so I was practicing law, and that actually means I was appearing in the court very regularly, and that was really exciting, like variety of issues. But then I wanted to do litigation for some time.
Okay.
I would say I romanced with litigation, but I'm married to a corporate role. And then I got into Wells Fargo, which was my first in-house role.
Okay.
And when I joined Wells Fargo, the highlight is that it was just 500 people. They were setting up their operations in India. But when I left Wells Fargo, 8 years down the line, Wells Fargo was 25,000 strong across India and Philippines.
Okay. Great.
So the kind of opportunities I got there, and the kind of challenges, I would say, was amazing. And actually that helped me grow as an in-house lawyer, possibly. And then actually it started helping me understand the business dynamics as well. Okay. So that was a very, I would say, journey full of experiences, and it enriched me as a lawyer. Well, after Wells Fargo, I wanted to explore contracts, because with Wells
Mhm.
Fargo, I was doing variety of things. As I said, I
Mhm.
was doing contracts, I was doing employment, and employment was really heavy because, as I said, we were growing. So it was very important that in India, when you are setting up your operation, uh, of course, keeping the scale in mind, you need to come up with right set of policies. You can,
Mhm.
as a global enterprise, you can of course lift and shift, but that doesn't work unless it is fully customized.
Right.
So yeah, so I was actually busy customizing those policies on
Okay.
employment side. Then we need space, so there are a lot of real estate leases we needed to close.
Mhm.
All that I did with Wells Fargo, and then wanted to explore a different organization, and that's where I got
Okay.
into NTT Data.
Okay.
My role with NTT Data was again very different, but
Mhm.
very interesting, because with NTT Data, I was more focused on global contracts.
Okay.
And
Mhm.
so when you start managing global contracts, that's where you encounter with different issues, because as of now I was managing contracts in capacity of a client in-house lawyer. Now
Mhm.
I was on the seller side.
Correct.
So when you move from buy side to sell side,
Mm.
it's a different dynamics altogether,
Correct.
and that's where you realize the importance of having win-win approach. And I think that's exactly I did with entity data, because we got a playbook in place, contract playbook in
Mhm.
place, actually define the boundaries and framework for us. And then, of course, with entity data, it was much of managing contracts and ensuring
Mhm.
that we are doing right
Mhm.
from contract standpoint. And then, interestingly, I moved to again a very different role. That was with EY. EY GTS, so it's Global
Okay.
Delivery Services.
Okay.
So EY Global Delivery Services needed a lawyer who can manage their global employment portfolio um, uh, across 10 countries. And these countries are from different continents:
Yeah.
Asia, Europe, Latin America. So all that I was managing, it was a mixed bag, I would say, because different culture, and my team were based in different locations,
Mhm.
and all of them were employment lawyers. And I mean, at my core, I'm still an employment lawyer, because I think the most complex problems you may have is about your people. So it's very important that we need to have a grip over people issues. We do right thing, because
Mhm.
I think talent is the most important piece we sell in India.
Correct.
So and especially as a GCC. So I think that's exactly what I did with EY. I kept ensuring that we have right policies, and we are able to deliver quality advice in a very cost-effective way, because I was having different law firms. Like we had a law firm providing services in Philippines, one in Mexico, one in Argentina, one in Poland. We had one in Spain. So different jurisdiction, different law firms, and we ensured that we have a very cost-effective approach when we work with
Yeah.
law firms. So I think that was again a great learning with EY, and then I moved to CBA, which is my current role here. I'm leading the India legal team, and I think again CBA is a new GCC in India. We
Okay.
are dealing with a variety of issues here, and it's been amazing. One more than a year with CBA right now. So that's about my journey so far.
That's interesting journey, Amit. I mean, it's a global role you have played and managing the various different continents as well as different working with the different teams, plus seller and buyer contracting side. That's again interesting journey. You also had a played a vital role actually in shaping the DPDP Act 2023, right? So just enrich us basically to understand what is DPDP, its uses, implementation, and the challenges.
Well, I think somewhere in 2018, when government
Mhm.
came up with this whole effort of putting this DPDP law in place, and
Mhm.
of course after Supreme Court's
Mhm.
directive on it, I would say, um, um, I think that's where government started this consultation process.
Okay.
And I met Justice Sri Krishna during one of those consultations.
Okay.
The primary idea uh, of the law was that it will subject both data processing uh, of data subject based in India and data processing of data subject based in US into one bucket. And I was kind of very opposed to it because my view was that, yeah, of course, governments would be bothered about the data of data subject based in India or data subject being provided services in India, but then data which is coming for processing to India. And as a GCC, we do a lot of processing. So should that really be subjected to dual compliance? And I think that's the question I raised to Justice Sri Krishna, and he was very kind enough to take note of that. And finally, we had long discussion around that topic. And we ended up finalizing a draft where GCCs are exempted from when it comes to, it's only about data processing activities. It's not a complete exemption, blanket exemption as such. It's mainly about the exemption granted to GCC when it comes to data processing activities of data subjects based in US or any foreign data subject whose data comes to India for processing activities. So that's the exemption we have got in DPDPA. Apart from that, I think it's a very essential and basic act, which is linked to our fundamental right to privacy, and therefore, all the digitized information so far is being protected. But I think we should think beyond that as well. And I know it's a huge task for government to have a framework in place where you can think about electronic or digitized data. I'm thinking beyond these data sets where you collect private information through paper and all. I think that remains a challenge still, and I believe government will address it at some point in time. But certainly, this is a big step, I would say, in terms of protecting privacy of individuals in India. So thank you.
All right, great. So it's more of a line of GDPR, right? Is that correct?
I think, it's not same as GDPR. I would say it's like there are significant differences, if you really ask me, between GDPR and DPDPA. But yes, it's a great effort with a great intent from government to have a law in place which would protect the privacy of individual. I believe that we are at a very nascent stage right now when it comes to privacy of individual, and I think this law would be a solid foundation in terms of maturing our thought process and also enterprises in managing the privacy and I would say the rights of individual around the confidentiality and privacy.
All right. So really appreciate your contribution to the DPDP Act 2023. And you also worked with the 𝐀𝐿 and NASSCOM on Karnataka state GCC policy. And again, it's a standout example of the public-private synergy. What was your approach in aligning industry needs with the government framework?
Well, I would say, GCC policy is one of those examples, but government is very keen. And right now, go to any government, whether it is central government, state government, and even your regulators in India, they're very friendly, very keen to hear us. So as an industry, I would say, or as an industry representative, I would say that, when you have a problem, be open and transparent with the regulators or with the concerned, I would say, the government. You will get the right solution. So it's more about government reaching out to us, seeking our inputs in the policy which they design for us, and I think that's a great initiative because unless you make those party to the effort who will be asked to adhere by those policies, it is not going to be fruitful. So I think what government is doing right now is that they're approaching industry and industry reps and seeking their inputs in a very active manner so that they can come up with the right policies for the industry as a whole. So I think GCC policy in Karnataka was one of those examples, I would say.
Okay.
Yeah, of course, I was actively engaged into it. I provided my inputs so that as an industry, we have a very friendly policy in place. Two, it can protect the interest of all the stakeholders.
Okay.
And it's not only about industry, it's also about the regulators, government, and people at center. Because, as I said, I keep saying this, India is in business of talent. So
Yeah.
we are, we of course call ourselves officers of the world. So in order to be office of the world, we need to ensure that we have right talent, and we need to train our people. And I think government is very focused on that.
Okay.
And I think it's a great approach and initiative which government has undertaken right now. Thank you.
Yeah, I appreciate. I mean, we can see such more approaches actually where we can see the more public-private synergies to form more such type of laws and policies basically which will help to progress the nation very well. All right. So basically, we have always seen, I mean, the role of the legal counsel has been changing over a period of time, right? So basically, what do you see the role of evolved increasingly with the DPDP conscious global economy?
Well, I think, it's ever evolving role. Why? Because I think as soon as legal landscape changes, as an in-house lawyer, it becomes important that we are able to decode that and help our business put the right framework, apply it. And I would say it's more about solutioning. For every business, solutions are really important. So whether we are solving the problem of our people or our customers, we're solving problems. So when it comes to law, again, I would say I'm solving problems of my stakeholders, because with the knowledge which my team has with regard to the applicable laws, with that knowledge, when business knowledge comes together, they collaborate together to deliver a solution. I think that's the comprehensive solution which can serve the business needs. And that's exactly which I do. And with these laws, I'm sure it is going to be challenging because there are new judgments coming up. We need to take that into account when we provide solutions. So it's like ever-changing legal landscape, which we need to be very updated on. And I really enjoy, keep doing the same thing with a quality service attitude, and keep delivering the best solutions for the business.
All right, great. Amitji, you have worked as a global lawyer and again, working with different continents, working with different teams. So what are the key lessons you have learned about managing the diverse legal team across the jurisdiction?
I think, human, and this is the biggest lesson I have learned,
Okay.
I would say. Human everywhere same. So whether a resource or a human resource working from Philippines, India, Poland, Latin America, wherever you are working from, China, we all are same. We all the same way. It's more about having mutual respect.
Okay, great.
Ensuring that we exchange ideas. It's like, your team is, I would say, incomplete and very fragile if you don't let people speak up. And I think that's what I have learned, that, conversation is two-way process.
Yeah.
And it should always be two-way. So if you start directing people, then actually you are losing on getting the best ideas from your team. So I think I encourage people to speak more, share more, and be transparent in whatever they do. So I think this is my biggest learning. Frankly, I mean, this is my take, maybe as a manager. So when I work with a police team member, they are, I would say, they are very, very good at their subject, but they may lack, conversation skills, especially when you are having conversation in English. Same problem you may have with people
Chinese guys.
people from Latin America and China.
Okay.
Philippines is, I would say,
Yeah.
is a very different country when it comes to English conversations and communications. They are at par or better than India in many ways when it comes to communicating in English. But yeah, I mean, different countries, different challenges. But then that's where I said it's very important that you need to encourage your team members to speak up, share their ideas in a very transparent and confident way. English is just a means of communication.
Correct. Yeah.
It's not about your potential. So there are people who are actually excellent at getting some innovative solutions in place, but then because of the communication skills, they may lack in speaking those ideas. And that's where I think as a manager, it's important that we let them share ideas by encouraging them to share in the way they can converse with us. So I think that's again a very good learning I had.
Yeah. So, sir, Amit ji, as a certified privacy professional, how do you balance compliance with innovation, especially in the fast evolving digital world like fintech and global IT services companies?
I think when it comes to compliance, I believe, of course, understanding the compliance is the biggest challenge because we always talk about compliance, and I am a firm believer of the fact that you need to break compliances into tasks. So, each of the compliance items which I have, and I've done it in all the organizations I have worked for, I always break compliances into tasks. I make people responsible to comply with those requirements and report to us. We maintain a dashboard, and there are various tools across the industry right now where you can actually track your compliances, break them into the tasks, and then make individual responsible to take up those compliances. In case something goes wrong, you will get escalation alert as well.
Okay, correct.
That's primarily my approach has been in the past as well. But yeah, when it comes to privacy compliances, I would say, privacy by design. That's the most important concept which we should adhere to. And as an organization or as an enterprise, it's very important that you exactly understand the solution which you are putting in place. And as a privacy lawyer, it's very important that we help business to achieve privacy by design by providing the right inputs in the timely manner. And I think that's what will help you be compliant at a later stage when you are ready with the solution. Whatever you do as a business, we must ensure that it is compliant in all the ways, including privacy. Privacy is, of course, one of the focus areas right now. But including privacy, I would say there are other laws which we need to be compliant with. And I think as a lawyer, when we become the part of those business team delivering solutions for our customers or our people, then we provide those inputs to help them ensure that the complete solution is compliant solution.
Right, that's interesting. So can you elaborate a little bit about privacy by design, because that's something very important terms which.
Yeah, so when I think privacy by design is a very basic concept, I would say, because when you start coming up with the project or the product, you take privacy the rights of the individuals, data subject in consideration.
Okay.
You put it into center, I would say, rather. People privacy rights, you put it into center and then start designing the solution around it.
Okay.
That's a concept in a very basic way called as privacy by design.
Interesting, actually. I mean, this needs to be followed by all the product companies as well as by the services company as well, right? Because to protect the rights of these individuals.
Yes. So, and if any company is not doing it, then you're lacking somewhere, because today or tomorrow you're going to be in trouble. For sure, for violating privacy of individuals if you have not adopted the approach of privacy by design. So I'm a big advocate of adopting this privacy of design approach for all the solutions which we deliver for our people or customers.
So, Amitji, you worked with global companies, and again, contracting is again the biggest pain for many companies where we want to work globally. So, what is your contract review checklist and top tips for the contract negotiation?
Well, I would say, when you negotiate contract, you need to have a win-win approach.
Correct.
You cannot, just because you are a client, and I have faced it in the past. So just because you are a client, you cannot force the other party to simply adopt your template or simply sign to your template. I think that doesn't work because you are pushing somebody to wall, and I think in my view it's very important that we respect, and I kept talking about mutual respect in the past as well.
Correct.
So we respect the fact that the service provider may have some reservation, may have some challenges, and that's where I would say win-win approach is essential. And this is more important for the seller. Because on buy side, many lawyers can afford to tell that it is our standard template you need to follow. But on sell side, you don't have that
liberty.
So exactly what you do, you need to convince buy side lawyer that whatever I am offering is a great solution and it's win-win for both. So it's not only having or adopting a win-win approach, it is also about focusing that it's a win-win approach which you are offering to the buy side. And I think it's again a mutual thing, but yeah, it's more important for sell side lawyer.
Any experience you want to share where you have come across a very tough negotiation?
Yeah, there were, especially when I was working with one of the service provider organization in the past, one of my clients told me that this is the template, we don't have a room for negotiation. You will have to sign it. And that was something was told to me on a call which was set up for negotiating the contract. That's bizarre, but I think I faced it, and I was polite enough and quick enough to respond to the lawyer, the buy side lawyer, that I'm here for negotiation. So let's try negotiating the contract and let's wait for outcome. If I'm not able to convince you with my arguments or with my logic into each of the clauses which I have redlined, then I'll accept your proposal. And at that point in time, the buy-side lawyer was, I would say, convinced enough to at least start with the negotiation. We ended up with a very logical conclusion.
Great.
We concluded on the negotiation.
I agree with you. Actually, it's very essential that it's a win-win situation, and concluding to a logical conclusion is important actually in such type of negotiations. So Amitji, again, you must have come across the litigation as well actually. Okay, so anything you want to share about how do you streamline the litigation management across different industries as well as?
So Milind, I always believe that litigation has to be managed proactively.
Okay.
So as an organization, we need to have right processes to ensure that we don't end up with litigation.
Right.
And again, it's very easy. We spoke about compliance, and so when you have very compliant approach in place, and you have right policies, processes, which can ensure that the disputes are amicably resolved. So you will have very rare chances of getting into litigation. And there can be scenarios when somebody is forcing litigation on you, and those are things you cannot avoid. But my approach has been very proactive, and I have faced variety of litigation, I would say, in the past. And as I said, I started my career as a litigation lawyer, so I loved managing litigations, and I think I started with the in my introduction itself. I said that I romanced with litigation, but I'm married to a corporate role. So I think with litigation, as I know, you have to be very proactive, and you need to manage it when it really forced upon you in a way where you can demonstrate your innocence very clearly to the court. And I think I have had variety of litigation, starting from people matter. We had I have handled NCLT matters.
Mhm.
I have handled civil matters like leases, property matters. But then the most interesting one was people matter, because when it comes to people matters, it becomes very difficult to first gather the right information, and then and that's where these policies, processes, and the tools which we have in the organizations, the system of records, I would call it,
Mhm, mhm.
very important, because you can gather right information and demonstrate before the court that why you are not guilty.
So, Amitji, what are your thoughts on AI actually? Artificial intelligence getting used into CLM, litigation management, and again compliance management, and your day-to-day life.
I think, Milind, that's amazing. I love AI.
Mhm.
And from the time I've started using AI, I have fallen in love with it, because it is very effective.
Yeah, great.
And as a lawyer, I believe that I'm more effective now, because when I'm using AI, because a lot of things AI can do for me.
Correct.
Let's say I want to review a contract. AI
Mhm.
can do the primary review for me,
Mhm.
and I would look at it with my fresh pair of eyes, ensuring that whatever has not been taken care by AI, I can deal with it.
Yeah.
Two, when I am drafting a contract, let's say, AI can just put a basic draft for me, and I
Yeah.
just need to improve upon that. So how much time I'm
Correct.
saving on it? There are things which I can miss as a human, but as a machine, they would not. So I think I am heavily relying on AI right now. If you really ask
Yeah.
me,
Mhm, mhm.
I pick from system. A lot of draftings I do, I rely on AI. A lot of emails I write, I rely
Mhm,
on.
mhm.
So I'm using AI. To the max I can.
Okay,
And
great. Great to know,
I'm
sir.
loving it. I'm loving it, I would say.
Thanks. And my last question to you, actually, before we move to the rapid fire question round, what advice you would like to give to the legal professional aspiring to contribute to legislative or policy development at national or international level?
I think continuous learning is the key,
Yeah, okay.
because you need to keep learning.
Mhm.
That's very important. Moment you stop learning, you are dead as a lawyer, I believe.
Oh.
So it's very important you keep learning. One, and two, you should also start, you know, uh, connecting with right people,
Yeah. Mhm,
that
mhm.
you can exchange the ideas.
Okay.
Now, exchange
Mhm.
of ideas is like uh, are often neglected, I would say, because there are people who will say that, well, I work in silos, but I'm smart. But then you may be smart, and I don't deny that. But when you work as a team, you are smarter, because the exchange of ideas takes place there, and that actually helps you deliver a better solution, deliver a better draft or outcome for your clients. So I
Mhm.
think it's very important for young lawyers to start working in a team,
Mhm.
start being open to talk about the ideas, talk about the issues they encounter, and
Okay.
also at the same point in time, be open to listening to others' ideas.
I appreciate that, actually. Rightly said. So, Amici, we'll move to the rapid fire question round. And I have some questions for you, and you can just answer them what comes in your mind first. Okay.
I'll try my best to be answering in a rapid
Yeah.
fire way.
Yeah.
Let's start.
Yeah. How do you define a success as a legal leader? Yeah.
I think success as a legal leader is solving the business problems.
Okay. Mhm. What is your favorite legal term or phrase?
Where there is a right, there is a remedy.
Okay. What's the one word that comes to mind when I say contracts?
Win-win.
Okay. Which case in the history inspired you the most?
I think case one and worthy case, because that
Mhm.
actually help you understand on the basic structure of the constitution and the limitation of rights of parliament when it comes to amendment of constitution.
All right. What's the one skill lawyer need that isn't taught in the law school?
Emotional intelligence, I would say, because that's a very important skill you need to have as a lawyer.
Okay. If you could change one law, what one would it be?
Well, criminal justice system of the country, I would say, because the kind of challenges it has, and the diverse population which India has. I know. Government has recently come up with a new set of law when it comes to criminal justice system of India.
How do you define the word justice?
Fairness,
okay,
equality.
All right. And what's the one word you would use to describe your legal team?
Brilliant.
All right. Coffee or tea during the negotiation?
Well, I would say, I would prefer coffee. When it comes to coffee, I love filter coffee.
How do you unwind after a challenging day?
I actually spent some time playing badminton with my friends.
Okay.
I think that's something I love.
Okay.
Apart from that, reading books, something again, depending on if I have energy or not, I decide whether I need to play badminton or read books. But yeah, and that's the most preferable ways of unwinding.
What's your most rewarding part of your job?
And the satisfaction which I get after solving the business problems.
Great. Okay. And what's the most misunderstood aspect of the legal profession?
Well, so this is, I can talk a paragraph on this. Frankly, there are stakeholders who just approach you thinking that you have solution to all their problems. You know everything about the law, and we don't. Because as a lawyer, we need to do thorough research before we advise our clients on any of the legal aspects. So I think the amount of research and study which we do at our end, that's something completely misunderstood, because people don't realize how much hard work we do to provide a simple opinion to our business stakeholders.
All right. So thank you, Amit ji, so much for sharing your insights with us today. Is there anything else you would like to add before we wrap up?
No, Milind, I think it's excellent to be here and talking to you. It's a great conversation, and I'm so thankful to you for having me here. Again, thank you.
Pleasure, sir. Thanks for actually on behalf of Olodi, sir. Thanks for your time and have a nice day ahead.
Thank you, Milind.